Alright, let's do it. Hey guys, it's Odie from Odie and Miguel Reviews, and we're back at it again with, you knew it, another review. This time the subject matter isn't about a food or a product, it's about a movie. And the movie today at the Guillotine Block is Jeepers Creepers 3. Now, I picked up this bad boy about a week or two ago. I've watched it twice since then. Let's just get a good old pop open on it and show you what this movie's about. Got it open. As you can see, the movie is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. When I first bought it, I thought it would play in any Blu-ray player. I popped it into my friend's Xbox One to see if I could watch it on that, and it wouldn't work. Popped it into my own, device that plays Blu-rays, and it wouldn't work. I ended up having to borrow my buddy's PS4 to play the movie, which is kind of a letdown because you expect a movie to play on any device, but they wouldn't let it. They said, I don't know why, just Sony for some reason wanted a contract with Victor Salvo for Jeepers Creepers 3 for some unknown reason. Anyways, the movie itself is where the goodness comes through, the good sauciness, one could say. Director Victor Salva does it again. He brings another instant horror classic to our screens, into our own homes, and he does it in nothing like the other two movies. The movie's set in between the first movie and the second movie, directly after the first movie, like literally the next day, if not the middle of the night of, and within 15 minutes you see the monster, the creature, the creeper, the Peeper creeper, the pet of a deeper. And let's just say, in all the other movies, Salva does a great job of directing suspense into the scene. So when you see the monster, you're at least somewhat got the heebie-jeebies going, right? And this one, you expect to see him, you anticipate it, you're kind of rooting for him. There's no glamour to the horror, right? There's no sense in watching a horror movie. There's no, horror aspects to it. But that's not even like the worst problem. The movie does nothing to add to the first or the second movie, aside from a small trope about touching the dude's hand, hold hands with the peeping Tom and just getting into it with him, just you get to see his like past and how he was made, which would be a great plot element if it meant anything to the whole movie. But we don't see a single scene of how this guy was made or what he's about. You just know that these other two people that did it, this black man, this old decrepit, dying woman, was just almost died in the process of touching this. And PS4 exclusive, by the way. So the first issue with the movie, aside from that, not being interesting, is a quote from the movie in which you can put it this way. I like right. And let me just read a quote from this scene for you. It's actually a direct quote from the Book of Mormon. It's the Book of Alma, chapter 14-ish, around about. And essentially the guy Buddy's like,
"And they brought their wives and children together, and whosoever believed or had been taught to believe in the word of God, they caused that they should be cast into the fire. And they also brought forth their records which contained the holy scriptures, and cast them into the fire, also that they might be burned and destroyed by fire."
And this is where it's really hard to just sit there.
Who can say where the road goes?
Right? It's not tasteful, it's lackluster, it just... for lack of a better word, really, really deliberately disgusting, one could say. The man is not a good man. He makes enjoyable movies, except for this hog trash. PS4 exclusive, by the way. And there's a fourth one set to come out if it gets funding. With his, name being put on it, it's possible it won't even get funding anymore. I can't bring myself to give the movie a good name. As considering the name of the series, I love this series. I watched it as a kid. I was at my buddy Juan's house. I said, "Hey, what's this?" And I pulled up Jeepers Creepers 2. And he put it in his Xbox, and he had like a little thing you put in the 4th player slot and turn it on with a little remote. We watched it that way. I was just enthralled by it, right? But the nostalgia isn't there with this movie. It's a new movie but it isn't a good movie, right? This is something that Rotten Tomatoes would give a 1.5 out of 5, right? Whereas Jeepers Creepers 1 was like a 3 maybe out of 5. It's for a good reason, right? The movie does nothing to add to the story. It does nothing to add to the lore aside from the trope of the little hand touch dilly-doo thing. It's not enjoyable, man. It's not worth it. So if I had to give it a ranking, it's sitting over here on the floor where it belongs. PS4 exclusive, by the way. Sony commissioned this. I'd say it gets a spooky doobie out of a 0. That's right. Spooky doobie out of 0. You know how low that is? That is lower than low, right? Like a regular rating for it would be like negative 0.10001, right? That's below 0. Spooky doobie out of 0 is significantly lower than that by at least one significant figure. So instead of, negative 0.10001, there's an extra 0 at the end of that one, right? It's significantly lower by one significant figure. So that's my rating for it. Let's hope in editing this video gets funnier. Ooh, see you next time!
Such a lonely day, and it's mine. Oh, it's the day of my life. Such a lonely